YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got a video here by Anime News. Every new isekai fantasy from the winter 2025 season. So yeah, winter 2025 is here. Let's see what are going to be the new isekais, the new fantasy anime, and let's see what Anime News has for us. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, and of course, let's just jump into the video. Let's go.
A couple videos ago I talked about 100 ways to get isekai'd in anime, and it looks like this season will be bringing us 10 or so more.
Yes, sir.
There's not many notable sequels like last season's 5, but there are
last season's 5 was a lot. Let's see what is the last season's 5.
10 or so more. There's not many notable sequels like last season's 5.
Okay, last season's 5 we got ReZero, Don Michi, Ari Ferretta. These two I'm not so familiar with, but yeah, they were kind of a bit mid. But yeah, Ari Ferretta was terrible. I think I gave a reaction on that whole video on my channel, but no, it was just a bit dry. ReZero was back to form. And is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Don Michi, holy shit. Don Michi was actually pretty good. So you guys should give those two a try, ReZero and Don Michi, if you guys have watched it before.
But there are quite a few interesting looking new ones.
Yes.
A unique selection varying from the edgy ecchi Ubo Blatt all the way to the more creative isekai involving Power Rangers and middle-aged shoppers.
That's not bad.
So, just as we do every season, here's a preview of every isekai and fantasy anime coming out in the winter 2025 season.
Yes, sir.
To start with the returning series, ReZero will be coming back in February, finishing up the second.
Whoa, ReZero's coming back in Feb. Okay, ReZero, guys. If you guys are not a fan of ReZero, you should stop doing what you're doing and go to ReZero. This is one of the craziest, greatest animes that you guys will ever watch. Honestly, this anime is like honestly top tier, god tier isekai. It's up there with Machoka Tensei. Honestly, it is incredible how each and every single season gets better and more crazier. This season part 1 was an absolute masterpiece. Every single episode was just incredible, and man, shout out for them for having an episode 1 where they got everything out the way. That's how I feel like a lot of anime should do. Have an hour-long episode. If there's so much content, or if there's a manga based around this book, have that one episode where you cut down all the filler content so we can get it over and done with. Not now we have a whole season of just filler content, you know? That's what I'm really proud of with ReZero. I feel like I feel like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is an anime where it should have had only a season 1. I feel like Demon Slayer should have been one of those animes where it literally had a movie for this whole training arc for season 3. Season 3 was terrible. It should have just had a training arc. I don't know if it's season 3 or season 4, but the one where is the training arc with the Hashira, you know? So yeah, it was just a crazy season.
Second half of the Watergate City arc. It's the counterattack after the witch cult's brutal attack from the first half. It is only 8 episodes just like the first half, but with various clues all but confirming the production of ReZero into the arc after this, we can probably expect another season to be announced right after this. A mid-season break is something Danmachi seems to be taking involuntarily as well, since with the
so with Danmachi, I'm hearing a lot of rumors that it actually has a production issue. A lot of things are happening in the studio that are essentially affecting the show. I was shocked that there was a mid-season break. All of a sudden, there's a mid-season break in Danmachi. But yeah, everything other than that, top tier. The animation is great. The story is great. When it takes things slow, it's cool. When it takes things fast and it wants action, it does it. That's what I really appreciate about Danmachi.
15-episode season stopping short at episode 11, there's unfortunately no telling on when it'll return. The only news
apparently it might come out even next year, because things are looking that bad for the whole production issue of ReZero.
Have is that episode 12 and onward have been delayed indefinitely. That just means we get to focus on solo leveling, since with season 2 starting in less than a week,
Solo Leveling coming out today for me. Yeah, while I'm recording this video, I will be definitely giving a reaction towards this anime. Definitely. You guys should check that out. Of course, Check my channel out, Solo Leveling Season 2. Let's go.
Sung Jinu and his army will be blessing us with more of his overpowered greatness. The episode count hasn't yet been confirmed, but we're for sure going to be getting the Red Gate arc and the Demon Castle arc. Anything after will likely
Solo Leveling needs to be 24 episodes, respectively.
require more than 12 episodes, but with the way Season 1 teased a further arc in its ending, I imagine we'll be getting more episodes regardless. In any case, this is the anime that I'll be talking about this season, so I hope you'll enjoy my videos on that. Next, we have Season 2 for the romance fantasy Unnamed Memory, then a continuation to the character-filled Battle Royale war anime Ishura.
Ooh, that sounds really cool. Ishura and Unnamed Memory. Haven't heard any of those two, but they sound pretty cool. I should check them out.
Well, it's not actually a Battle Royale, but the way each character is uniquely powerful and eventually fights against all the other characters does make it very similar to one. At the very least, it makes for some highly entertaining action sequences. This brings us now to the new anime, which, to start with the ones that are actually isekai, first we have Headhunted to Another World from Salaryman to Big 4.
Okay, yes. Headhunted to Another World from Salaryman to the Big 4. I gave a reaction to this anime. I gave episode 1 a good reaction. Basically, a salaryman gets isekai'd. He wasn't appreciated in his previous world. Now he's in a new world. He's isekai'd and the demon lord wants him to join his Big 4 army. Plain and simple, it gets everything done in the first episode. A bit slow, a bit confusing. They need to figure out kind of their direction, but yeah, it says what it is. Hopefully it will be good, but so far I would give this one a maybe 5 to a 6. You know, a light 6 on this one. But yeah, I wouldn't say check it out because there might be more anime that are coming out. But yeah, maybe if it sounds interesting or sounds your tune, maybe check it out. I did give a full reaction on episode 1. So yeah, guys, check out my channel. I'll give the link up here.
A comedic take on the overworked salaryman getting summoned to another world, this time to work for the Demon Lord as one of the Heavenly Kings in his army. He doesn't get magic or powers to help him do that, but what he does get are full benefits and working conditions better than how it was in his past life. So it's basically an anime following this. Next, we have From Bureaucrat to Villainous, a series depicting the story of an old man reincarnated as a villainous. That's right, rather than the usual otome game enthusiast transported into the world of their favorite otome game, the chosen one here is a 52-year-old politician. Somehow
I am definitely watching this. Yes, From Bureaucrat to Villainous. This is what I am gonna watch. I need to check this one out. This one sounds super cool.
How he becomes the villainous in this standard dating sim, and it's basically him navigating the world with the elegance of an elderly Japanese person. It also seems like his family knows his consciousness is literally in the game itself. So, this does seem like quite the interesting premise, simply due to the absurdity of an old man becoming this type of character. I can't help but be curious to see how something like this turns out.
Wow, yeah, I like that. It's different, it's new, it's refreshing. I'm definitely up for animes like that.
Next is the daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world, bringing us another isekai very similar to campfire cooking in another world. You've got your middle-aged guy isekai'd into a world of fantasy, and the only thing he has going for him is unlimited access to an online shop where he can buy pretty much anything.
Yeah, this one is kind of like a filler isekai. It's like a filler, nothing crazy, don't expect much. But yeah, if it executes the simple points, it could be a really good show. As long as it just executes the simple points, it doesn't have to be that amazing. So yeah, we'll check it out.
Any modern item you'd find on a site like Amazon, that's what our main character has access to. The synopsis literally describes him as a guy living off the power of Jeff Bezos. So, in this lighthearted fantasy where access to the modern world is through a shop, we'll get to see our protagonist change this new world around him using it.
Amazon Simulator.
This next isekai is one I'd honestly never thought of, but given the trajectory isekai has been going in, it was only a matter of time before we got a Power Ranger one. So, this is the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. That's it. That's
Oh snap, okay. That's gonna be an interesting one. If it hits hard, I might give it a reaction. I might. I'm thinking about this one. Yeah.
Literally the plot. It's your standard isekai except with the Power Ranger protagonist. The long-awaited anime which finally answers the profound question of what would happen if a Super Sentai got isekai'd. Liden Films is bringing us an adaptation of the game Promise of Wizard, which is a series revolving around a protagonist summoned to fight against the Great Calamity.
Promise of Wizard. Wow, that has such a cool name. I like it.
A literal moon which descends once a year and must be stopped by the sage's wizards. Our protagonist is one of these wizards of the sage as well, and it's her who we follow as she joins forces with the others to defeat.
A bit shaky. I don't like it. The art style a bit weird. But hey, I'll see. Maybe I'll watch it. You know, instead of giving a reaction, I'll see how everybody receives the anime. You know, so yeah, I'm just a bit shaky on this one.
The moon itself. I've never played this game myself, but as a story produced by the same writer as Idolish 7, it might be something worth checking out this season. Something a bit more basic is the run-of-the-mill power fantasy, possibly the greatest alchemist of all time.
Yeah, it's actually out. It never came out on the 8th. It came out like 2 days ago on the 2nd. So it's out. I also gave this one a reaction on my channel. So yeah, you guys must go check it out. Of course, the links are up here. So check it out, guys.
A random person is accidentally summoned to be a hero, is given the power to create literally anything through alchemy, then uses said power to become both absurdly rich and unbeatable in combat. Usually it's one or the other for the merchant route and adventurer route, but it seems like this series just decided to go with both. So, if power fantasy is what you're looking for, then here's another to add to your collection. Finally,
yeah, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Animations are great. The story, the characters, pretty cliche. If as I said, as long as it ticks all the boxes for the isekai and has a good story, it's a good show. No lie.
We have How to Make Magic in Another World. This one bringing us an isekai where
How to
magic
Make
isn't
Magic.
present. Our middle-aged,
That sounds cool. I like that one.
magic-obsessed otaku protagonist dies and gets reborn into another world, except here there isn't magic either. That doesn't
Whoa.
stop him from continuing his pursuit of it though, since it turns out magic just hasn't been discovered yet. This leads him to be the one to make that discovery, resulting in a story where the development and spread of magic is led by him. It's a somewhat unique take on isekai where magic is brought to the magicless.
That's a pretty cool concept. I like that one. I like it a lot. I will definitely give that one a shot. I like him just recreating magic in a world of magicless, and he's the isekai. Yeah.
Another unique take comes in the form of a reverse isekai with Zero G's adaptation of Welcome to Japan Myself. It's a story revolving around exactly what the title states, depicting the adventure of our protagonist and an elf from his dreams now somehow alive in modern
no,
day.
this is a definite skip from me. What? A reverse isekai, an elf in Japan, what the heck?
Japan. There's no big adventure or quest to defeat the demon lord,
No.
just an elf coming to terms with her new life.
No.
It's a very light take on the reverse isekai genre. Moving
Weird
on to the
take.
straight up fantasy anime now. First we have the popular revenge series Ubel Blatt. It's a dark action fantasy that's exactly that. Dark.
Oh, I like dark and fantasy anime. Like up my tree. I'm gonna definitely check this one out. Uber Blatt.
All the way through with lots of action and some smut on the side.
Log Horizon.
The plot isn't anything particularly special, but with a solid foundation built on war, politics, and betrayal,
It
that's
could be
pretty
good.
much all that's needed here. A warrior was betrayed and will now stop at nothing to get his revenge on those who betrayed him.
Not bad. The classic white hair trope. You know, if an anime character has white hair, he's super strong. So yeah, I'll check it out. I like his hair design with the crosses on his head.
It was pretty popular for its
the
amazing art
braids.
and consistent theme throughout, so we just have to hope Studio Satellite can capture that as well. Next, we have I May Be a Guild Receptionist, but I'll also solo any boss to clock out on time. One of the
What? That's a unique name. Unique name.
more interesting anime to come out this season, since the whole premise of an undercover adventurer seems pretty fun. Our protagonist is a guild receptionist by day, but when it comes to clocking out at night, she unfortunately can't until every adventurer has returned from the dungeon. So, in order to speed up that process, she takes it upon herself to defeat every monster holding her back, essentially moonlighting as this dungeon clearing speedrunner. Of course, all that is kept secret up until she's spotted by a guild leader. That's pretty much where the story will pick up, and for me I think it actually looks kind of interesting, Combine this with Studio Cloverworks at the helm, and it might just turn out to be one of the better anime this season.
Maybe if they execute, if she gets found out, now what? Like, those simple things, and how are they gonna play the whole anime up until she gets found out? That's what I'm like also interested to see. Maybe. I like it. It piques my interest, this one.
I mean, it's already a plus that the monsters in the trailer don't seem to be really bad CGI.
Oh, that's cool.
Beheneko
and the CGI, oof, a bit rough.
Brings us a standard reincarnation anime, except instead of the hero being reincarnated as another person who can start over again, he's instead reborn as a behemoth. One of the most powerful—
Oh yeah, I gave this one a reaction on my channel. This one is a bit rocky. It's a little bit rocky. It's a rocky anime. It's aight, I give this one maybe a 3 out of 10. If I gave the other ones maybe 4 and 5s, this one is a definite 3. It's a bit rough around the edges. The beginning it was very promising, but at the end I was just like, okay, cool, this is not the one. But hey, it's anime.
Monsters in the entire world. The thing about being a baby behemoth though is that for their early stages of life, all they look like is a small little house cat. So this knight-turned-cat gets picked up by an adventurer, and the story becomes him essentially doing what he can to protect her. It's a fairly standard power fantasy, just with an overpowered cat and an elf. Another power fantasy comes in the form of the Worthless Appraiser, bringing us yet another supposedly useless class skill that turns out to be insanely powerful. I don't know what it is with this
okay. The Worthless Appraiser. That one seems interesting a little bit.
Influx of worthless type fantasy, but it doesn't seem like this will be very much different from any of the others. It's the same premise of a supposedly worthless skill becoming the most OP thing imaginable. Our protagonist using his appraiser status to do what others can't. Now, I was actually looking up the story to see if the author had any other notable works, and I'd actually come across this gem. It's not really anything important, but I figured it was something worth sharing.
Okay.
Anyway, Bogus Skill Fruit Master also takes that worthless skill approach, but
yeah, Bogus Skill Fruit Master, which also takes that worthless skill approach. Super cool anime. It executes on the fundamentals. It's a power fantasy, and it looks fun. It's fun. I like this one. This one was fun. This one was like a proper 8 out of 10. It works, executes the foundations, and it just flourishes. Basically, the protagonist is, this whole world revolves around fruit. He eats the fruit, and he gets a skill of Fruit Master. But you can only eat one fruit to gain your power. So since that he gained a Fruit Master, it nullifies him getting poisoned from eating more fruit. You just guys gotta watch it. It's so stupid. The moment me explaining it, I realized, whoa, what am I talking about? But yeah, watch it. It's good. It's good. This one is a good anime. And I'm giving a reaction to it. So yeah, of course, just click up here. You'll see my reaction.
The touch of One Piece added to it. You see, in a world where people gain one single special ability from a skill fruit, our protagonist who gained the useless Fruit Master skill finds out he can use it to eat multiple skill fruits. This in turn allows him to gain multiple skills, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out where that ends up. Alina Lise stars in I'm a Noble on the Brink of Ruin, an anime focusing on a man waking up as the son of a noble family. The thing about this family in particular though is that, just as the title states, its standing is about to collapse. So, while amongst the chaos of this dysfunctional family, our protagonist decides he's just gonna focus on magic, resulting in a seemingly lighthearted adventure coming from the same author behind this isekai from the summer. Now, with so many anime—
Okay. I'll give that one a quick look. I'm a Noble, which is Isekai into Ruin. I'll check that one out. Maybe it might be good, maybe it might be bad. Let's see.
Focusing on adventurers getting kicked out of their party, it's nice to finally see one leave on their own terms. That's exactly what happens in I Left My A-Rank Party, a series focusing on an adventurer who now parties with his former students. So he's OP, has a harem, and goes on adventures, setting the stage for what's probably another generic fantasy.
True.
Lastly, we have Farmagia.
Sounds very generic. Farmagia.
Which is an adaptation of a game that hired the character designer from Fairy Tail. That's why the character faces look so familiar. That said, the anime doesn't actually have anything to do with Fairy Tail. Its only connection is the fact it's being made by the same staff and studio responsible for Fairy Tail's final season. That's probably a good thing, but as someone who hasn't played the game myself, the only thing I can really say is that it looks to be a mix of Farm Simulator and Pokemon.
True.
You collect resources, grow your farm, nurture monsters, then repeat the process all over.
I saw 3D animation there. I'll if the community says it's good, I'll give it a try. Okay, yeah, this season is pretty good. Yeah, of course. I think the only isekai, I think the only fantasy isekai that I'm really hyped for is what you call it, solo leveling. The rest, man, they just gotta shock me. I'm going into all of them with open minds. I'm not gonna close my mind in any of them. You know, I'm watching 3 so far on my YouTube channel. I'll see the other ones because sometimes I do watch some animes on my YouTube and sometimes I watch them just on a personal level. But yeah, I'll see. You know, you guys tell me which animes are you guys watching. Of course, links in the description for the animes that I am watching right now. So yeah, guys, you guys just tell me what you guys think. Like and subscribe. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.